Yeah, well, son, whatever. Has just started, and we still don't exactly know what is happening, but it's clear from everything that has been going on later on that we need some cool down. Yes, this is me, the Angry Anime Fan, the semi-retired despair reviewer, although technically I only review Eden Zero right now because I lack a plan to evolve currently. This is that chapter of Eden Zero 17. No, sorry, 107. We've had some kind of high speed moments in the chapters, so this is basically just some miniature nice fan service and cool down. Although it's the end that really begs the question of where are we going now? Either way, this is the so-called fire planet Red Cave, but as many points out in the chapter, there's no fire thing about it. It's just water. But something tells me there's a reason for that. Either way, all is enjoying the beach. Even Wise, although Wise is more enjoying on the fact of doing sunscreen on beautiful ladies. That's typical him. Homer up for training and, and Hermito for research. And but it turns out that four-star shrine maidens can actually customize their own skins. So now, which can tan herself. She's even willing to take off the top to well show wise. As Sister points out, though, quit with the subservice shtick. You know, a lot of people are pointing out that she, for an android that's all talk about hearts and stuff like that, which is extremely subservient to things. But here's the thing I think people need to point out. Yes, it may look that way, but I think she is that way by choice. She has a heart, and her heart is being subservient. Yes, I know that doesn't make sense, but it also fits with the theme. Some robots are subservient because that's in their programming, but the four-star Shrimans can do whatever they want, and she's a defender, and she chooses to do what she wants to do. And if this means being subservient to some things, to people she acknowledges, that's the way of her heart. That's how witch is. And it could just be a comedy situation. So, well, Hermito is still wondering how it could be that the fact that atmosphere is teeming with water ether and not a single fire ether. That means there are elemental ethers everywhere. But so we are treated by some comedic scenes, and even the fact that even Klein want to join in the water. Of course, Chris do not want to, but when he sees that Klein is sad, he says to her that you can do, but not for long. Yeah, he is still very detached to the Eden Zero crew, but I'm still having some guesses that he will go through character development. So we'll see about that. Then we are treated to nice scenes. First of all, scenes where Homer and Shiki very likely have a running competition. Lupino not far behind, and Wise preparing some kind of food, fish dishes that Rebecca eats, and also a nice, although, well, I think sort of nice scene of Sister surfing on Miss Moscow. Yes, that may still seem like a bullied in Moscow moment, but it's still kind of funny. And then finally, Klein's swimming suit with Hermito. And something tells me that she and Hermito are gonna become friends. So then suddenly light ether pours down and makes the water very sparkly, and we are treated to a beautiful cast version that is really fitting the art style of the Hiro Mishima. I really hope no problem will happen in his world, but it's really a beautiful picture scene to see these planets that seem to be floating in the air. There's actually no explanation of why they are floating in the air, but maybe that's because of some kind of air ether. Of course, Wise feels the biggest view is, of course, on Homura's ass, which she kicks him for. Now, we're going to have some ship tease there in a moment. Well, she did have wide eyes. I hope we will see some ship tease because, well, that will make Homura not a complete XP of Kagura, if you're catching my drift. Well, that doesn't matter. We're also treated to a nice scene where Rebecca wonders that she thinks she actually should film this. So Shiki actually grabs her and levitates up because she says that she needs to see this entire view for herself, which lead into another beautiful scenario of it all. Maybe some ship tease moment there. Rebecca finally films something like Raining Stars. But then the chapter takes a strange turn as a big ship suddenly pours down and into the water. So, and here is the fact that, which, no, sorry, Hermito shows that the lacrimas that she has shown, especially those from communication stuff, there are actually those that can do with you allow you to breathe on the water, which was a scene that is very familiar to a scene. Well, not completely familiar, but it reminds me of a scene from Raid Master. In Raid Master, it was a scene where they made a mermaid and also went down to investigate some things. Here's almost the same, that they're going down and swim it all. Why? Wise scares Shiki with some lobster, thinking there's a bug. Still not exactly no explanation on why Shiki is so terrified of bugs, but it's clearly the fact that it doesn't matter how they look or how they are. Uh, if he thinks it's a bug, he will get terrified. Well, we did see a brief flashback when on a cover page it seems to suggest they robot bugs, or were they robot bugs, or were they normal bugs, all surrounded him when he was with Michael, and that terrified him. Are we supposed to imply that that is the real reason why Shiki is terrified of bugs? I don't really know. Either way, they find the crashing ship only to find a dead guy inside. Well, dead guy is putting it lightly. It's a guy. Well, it is a dead guy, but it's a skeleton, meaning that this is more than just a dead guy. It's a dead guy that's been dead for years, and yet the ship, yes, recently crashed down. And now they have found something even more mysterious. Underneath this red sun, there is actually an underwater city. Wondering if anyone lives there. But what makes this scene even more mysterious is that they see a temple, and in that temple depicts a relief of a badly crude picture that seems very much to look like Mother and a planet. It is that to symbolize the mother of the planet. Either way, that is basically how this chapter ends. Again, it was mostly just a cool down chapter. Nothing big happened, only at the end with the ship crashing down and they swimming by it. So whatever happens now, it's a very big question. But I am looking forward to what is happening next. But a picture of mother, huh? Well, that does beg the question on what we are gonna see next. Kind of interesting if you ask me. Because that means very likely that if there is life underneath this city, then they very well be worshipping Mother. Of course, the biggest question is this ship crashed down, but the dead body had been dead for years, and yet it just recently crashed down. Is that connection to time again, or is there something else? And why is a red cave planet filled with water, Eva? The mysterious is getting tighter. But give me your thoughts if you have any.